I had one son, someone told me once, I bet he has a rich inner life. His universe and ours didn't connect very often, and it was a challenge. School was a little bit of a challenge for him, and he had a first grade teacher who loved him. And I went to a parent-teacher conference, and their practice in the classroom was to staple the papers and bring them up to the teacher at the end of the day so she could just check through them. And she said, Dylan comes up and hands me his papers, and I say, Dylan, your papers aren't done. And he says, they're not? He's as surprised as you are to find out that he didn't complete his work. And I said to him one day, Dylan, why are these papers not done? And he said, Greg had a new orange crayon. As if the presence of a new orange crayon in the classroom explained everything, and of course superseded any possibility of getting any work done, because there was a new orange crayon from Greg. Ay, ay, ay. She said to me, don't worry about this child. Information is getting in. It goes in a different way for him. And I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I want you to know this is a bright child who's going to go far, but it will be paths that are different than the ways that you are accustomed to. Because he was our fourth child. We thought we had it figured out by now. So I started to look, because she gave me encouragement, and I started to watch. And we're riding in the car one day, and his little sister says, I'm cold. And this 7-year-old boy says, if you were a lizard, you wouldn't be cold. Your body would be the same temperature as the air around it. I thought, okay, it is getting in. We're watching Mickey and the Beanstalk, and Mickey is running up the leg of the carved leg of the table, and he says, look, Mom, an inclined plane. I think, okay, I didn't teach him that. It's always such a thrill to have your children say something that you didn't teach him, and you see that things are getting in differently. It made such an enormous difference to me to have a teacher who was willing to put up with all the weirdnesses and see what was fabulous and wonderful about that child. And I thought, and Heavenly Father loves him more than that. Loves him even more than I do. With what kind of love? Love that suffers long. Love that's kind and doesn't get provoked and bears all things and hopes all things and believes all things about that child. That's the kind of love Heavenly Father has for my child, and it makes my job so much easier.